Okay, here we go, guys. This is pretty cool. So Liz and I are going to start a YouTube channel. We did start one. I figured out how to do that, which is a miracle. And we're basically going to try to document our travels for our kids and for our parents and make it in a shareable format. And we figured we might as well make it public to everybody else too, because it's kind of fun. We do some pretty cool stuff. Our channel is going to be called Liz and John's Eider King Adventures. Whoa. And basically it started about 3 years ago where we were making decoys and we were kind of starting to vacation a little bit as I retired, and we kind of fell into this really cool situation where Liz can work 100% from the road. She's remote. So it really doesn't matter where we are geographically. You know, we can pretty much manage our finances anywhere. So we kind of fell into that, and I think COVID was partially responsible for that. And you know, going into the semi-retirement thing, leaving medicine was kind of a big decision for us. And it really was difficult, but definitely the best thing that I ever did. And carving the decoys kind of helped me manage that, because it gave me something to do. And through the decoys, you know, I've been carving them for like 30 something years. I've met a lot of great people, and through the power of the internet, I've even met way more people. And a lot of these folks have asked us to come and hunt and fish with them. And so we kind of blended those two things together, the vacation, traveling, and the decoys and the outdoor lifestyle kind of falls together into this RV lifestyle, and that's kind of what we're doing here. So it's pretty cool. So this is our third year doing it. The first year, where did we go the first year?
Florida.
Went down to Florida. Saw lots of family. We were down there for, I want to say, a month. Yeah, it was like 4 weeks. And we really, really loved it. We had a small RV, and it worked. It was warm. The weather was great. So it kind of gave us a little inspiration to do a bigger trip. And last year we did a 60-day trip, 62 days if I remember right, traveling all the way down to Texas and across the Gulf to Florida and back home up here in upstate New York. And we loved it so much that we wanted to make it better. And during that trip we ended up trading our little RV, which was a 23-foot Gulfstream, yeah, BT Cruiser, which worked pretty good, but it got a little bit small and a little bit tight, and we were stuck in bad weather for like, I don't know, 14 days in Texas, and you know, rained every day, and we couldn't get out. We couldn't get out of this tiny RV, and claustrophobia kind of set in. And it just so happened that across from where we were staying was an RV dealer, and they had the RV that we wanted, that we've been researching. So we kind of, I don't know, it was kind of a quick decision, and I had a little bit of buyer's guilt, but you know, we quickly got over that because we were so much more comfortable in this unit. And this unit's 32 feet long. It's got 2 bump outs. It's a gas engine. We wanted gas because it's more readily available, you know, when you get into these back areas. And cost, you know, the diesel engine RVs are incredibly expensive. Even this one, incredibly expensive. But we're really happy with it. We like the storage in this unit and all the features that it has. And like I said, we researched for like 3 years because we knew what worked and what didn't work. And that's one of the things that I'm going to talk about quite a bit on this trip when we do our little videos for the YouTube channel. So the best part about the RV thing is really the people that we meet. And for me especially, I'm a very social person, and for 30 years when I was doing medicine, I was literally seeing 50 to 70 people every day. So I had 50 or 70 conversations a day with people, and you really get to know people over 30 years, and all of a sudden one day that's gone. So for me, the RV stuff was really good, and it filled that void. You know, we're meeting some really amazing people. So on the trip, you know, I'm not going to say where we're going. I will say we're going out west, and we have basically 10 weeks planned. So when you travel down south in the wintertime, you have to pre-book all of your RV spots. It's kind of like booking a hotel. There's no guarantee that there's going to be a spot if you just kind of wing it and go.
Especially in Florida.
Especially in Florida and, you know, destinations, Southern California, places where it's warm, Southern Texas. There's no guarantee that there's going to be a spot. So it takes a lot of planning, and Liz does all of that. She maps everything out, where we're going to go. We kind of have a general idea of what we want to see, and then she plans each stop. And you have to prepay for all that stuff and book it. And we did all that. So everything's kind of set up. There is some flexibility with that when you're on the road. Say you like a place that's better than you thought it would be, and you want to spend an extra night or an extra 2 nights, you can call ahead and say, hey, I think I'm going to cancel, and they will refund you 100%, 90% of the time. Some of them might...
It's up to a week.
Yeah, some of them might ding you a little bit, but it's no big deal. Those are the trade-offs that we all make, right? So that's kind of the plan, and that's kind of the basis for what we're doing here. We're going to talk a lot about the do's and don'ts with the RVs. We've learned a lot about little stuff. You know, how you approach certain things like getting gas. You can't just whip around in a parking lot to get gas. You know, you have to kind of plan this stuff out just a little bit, because especially with towing something, like we towed a trailer before. That's where we put all the decoys and everything and all our hunting equipment, and you can't just pull in and expect to, you know, move around like you're in your pickup truck. It just doesn't work that way. So you have to plan. There's just so many things that we can talk about as far as the RV stuff. Safety, transporting firearms is a big one. We had an incident, you know, just really quickly, you know, the laws are regional on firearms. If you have your firearms in a locked case with a trigger lock and the ammunition is stored separately, 99% of the places you go, that's legit. Okay, but you have to read the laws. New York City, you can't go into New York City with a firearm, or Chicago. You know, these are things that you got to pay attention to, and you might not even realize you're in the city limits of Chicago because you're just driving. We had an incident last year, and thank God everything was fine. We were in Pensacola. We wanted to see the Blue Angels, and we weren't even thinking about it. We pull up to the gate, and we have our firearms in the car, and it is literally a federal offense to go on a military base with a firearm. So I wasn't even thinking about it. Luckily, before we got to the checkpoint, the guy said, no, there's no RVs today. You can't bring your RV in.
There's no parking.
No parking, luckily. And because if we proceeded, we would have been inspected, and they would have found the firearms, and I would have gotten in a lot of trouble. So, know the laws, big time. And you know, just one of those things I wasn't even thinking of. Just whatever. We're going to talk a lot about regional food, and this is where Lizzie comes in, because she's a great chef and she's really amazing at what she puts together, especially in an RV.
Yeah.
This isn't a commercial kitchen in here, so you have to be kind of clever.
It's a little challenging.
It's a little challenging, and she's great at pulling that off. So we're going to talk about regional stuff. You know, you might be in wherever. You know, certain places have different foods, pasties out in the Midwest, you know, whatever, you name it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to talk about regional history. You know, say you're driving through whatever, Louisville. You know, what's Louisville famous for? That's what we want to talk about, because we want to learn. But we also want to do a lot of outdoorsy kind of geological stuff, geological formations, and talk about how that stuff got created, and a little of the history. And we want to talk regionally about the history of the USA, you know, places where we go. Last year, totally unexpected, we ended up spending the night in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. We knew we wanted to go to Gettysburg, we love that, but we ended up in Harper's Ferry, and I'll tell you, that was really life-changing for us. Yeah, it was great, and I wish I could have shared all that information, you know, with everybody, and that's the other reason I want to share this stuff, not just with you guys, but you know, with my kids, especially our kids, our parents. You know, they want to see what's going on with what we're doing, and this YouTube channel, I think, is the way to go, because you can download a lot of stuff. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. You guys are going to probably have a front row seat to all of that. You know, that when you're traveling in an RV, it's tight. It can get claustrophobic, especially if there's bad weather. You can get on each other's nerves, stuff like that. And you know, we're going to have our little spats, we know that. But we're also, you know, 99% of it's going to be a lot of fun. And we want to share that, obviously, with you guys. So, with that being said, if you're watching this video, it means I figured out how to use a computer. Something you guys might not realize about me is I'm pretty computer illiterate.
It's true.
It's true. For 30 years, everybody else did that stuff for me. I was in an operating room, and I don't have a clue how to use a computer. I can barely send an email. So I'm trying to learn how to download all this software, the editing software and all that stuff, and I'm going to try to put together some pretty cool stuff. I've been playing with it the last few weeks, and I think I'm starting to get a handle on how to do video editing and actually put together little short stories and stuff about our trip. So I'm not going to bore you guys. I want you guys to be able to click on whatever it is, and basically it's going to cut to the chase. We're not going to have 30-minute videos of watching me hook up the Jeep to the RV. It might be condensed to a minute through high speed, but you'll get the idea of what we're up to. So I want to make it so that it's something you'd want to watch, and you don't just click on it and go, oh God, here's John and Liz again. I want to try to make it interesting enough so that you guys watch it and enjoy it. And obviously, if there's any comments, like if you guys see us and we're in whatever, Albuquerque, and you always wanted to see whatever that's close to Albuquerque, let me know, because we're kind of on the fly. We can make changes really quick. We have no real set plans other than kind of the location, so it's going to be easy for us to make you know, do stuff on the fly. So if you guys like certain sequences, we got a drone. You guys like, if you like watching the drone and stuff or whatever, I'll do more of that. Or if you hate it, I'll do less of it. So kind of let us know, and as we go along, and we'll refine it and cone it down so that it's viewable for the masses. So anyway, I think that's about it. We're packing up, and we're doing our thing here, and we're getting ready to leave. Today is Sunday, December 29th, 30th.
29th.
Anyway, we're leaving New Year's Day, Tuesday. New Year's Eve, Tuesday.
We're like in 2 days.
Yep, leaving in 2 days, and we're headed southwest. I'm not going to give you all the details, but it's cool. We got some cool stuff ahead of us, and you guys are going to love it. So, what do you think, Liz? Ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go.
All right. So, signing off for now. Sorry to bore you all to death, but we figured we'd kick it off with this little video. Going forward, everything will be a lot shorter and right to the point. So, there you go. Talk to you guys later.